a mass protest in the capital has drawn out every police officer in Wellington, at least that's what it looks like at the moment. The group is protesting government mandates imposed due to COVID-19, but also the vaccines, lots of stuff. Take a look at this live shot of the lawn outside of Parliament now. As you can see, the protesters are still there this morning, and there is a long line of police officers.
That group of protesters has built just within the last 5 minutes too. It was really quite quiet only a few minutes ago, and now there's quite a group there.
And you can also hear the horns from Molesworth Street, the sound ringing out across the forecourt of Parliament there. Let's go to the Mayor now, Andrew Foster, who is with us. Andrew, good morning.
Morning.
What do you make of these protests? Do you want the police to move in and move them on? Have you asked them to?
Look, we're in regular discussion with the police. Obviously, this is something that we need the police to take the lead on, and they are the lead agency. We would like our streets back. We'd like the forecourt of Parliament back so that the city can get on with its normal daily business. I think the protesters have made their point. We have protests all the time in Wellington. I mean, it's the nature of being the capital city, but most of the time, you know, they march through the city from Civic Square to Parliament, make their point and then go. So this is quite different, and obviously we want to see it resolved as quickly as possible and as safely as possible. Yeah,
as the businesses do as well. We might just bring those live shots, live pictures back in as well as you're talking, Andy. So the police response was what? When you said we want you to move them on, what did they say to you?
Look, we're in regular discussion with the police about how this can be dealt with. Obviously, there are a lot of people there. And it's a potentially volatile situation, so it's got to be dealt with carefully, thoughtfully, and with good risk management around it.
Do you think this could get violent?
Look, who knows? You know, I've been down on site a couple of times just to see the lie of the land, and you know, most people are perfectly fine. However, it's clear that there is potential for volatility there, and so that means we've got to be, you know, we've got to be thoughtful about how it gets dealt with.
An update on the traffic for Wellingtonians this morning. Are the streets still blocked? Is Molesworth Street still blocked this morning?
Molesworth Street is still blocked, so obviously avoid that area. You're not going to be able to drive through that area. You can divert around it, and particularly we've worked with Greater Wellington to be able to divert the bus services which go through that part of the city around that so they can continue to function.
Do you know how many businesses aren't opening this morning because of this protest?
Look, no, I don't, but there are a small number of businesses in that immediate vicinity, and obviously for them this is the last thing that they need. Life is tough enough anyway with all the COVID restrictions that there have been, and that's one of the reasons really we want this resolved as quickly as we can.
Is there anything you think the government could do here, or the Speaker, Trevor Mallard? We asked him on the program; he didn't want to come on the show this morning, but you've obviously been speaking with him. You know, what's his view? What can you tell us about your talks?
Well, I guess that's one of the questions that I was going to ask you is, you know, is who else you'd either spoken to try and get them onto the show, or and whether they turned up or hadn't turned up. I mean, obviously the government is in discussion with the police, but the police have to take the operational decisions about what to do and when to do it. So,
you're saying there's a lack of profile here from government and from Parliament.
Well, I mean, the protest is directed at Parliament, but I know that the parliamentarians don't want to engage with the protesters. I understand the rationale for that. But, you know, ultimately, in terms of resolving this issue, it's got to be a police decision as about how to do that.
All right, Andy. Well, hopefully the streets can be cleared sometime soon, so life can return to normal.
That we would like very much.
Absolutely. All right, we'll wait and see what happens today. Andy Foster, who is the Wellington Mayor, with us live this morning.